So for the primary source assignment in Unit 1, you can go to the GMC library and search their databases. That's probably a good place to start. And if you've watched the video about primary versus secondary sources, you know that primary sources don't have to be just writing. They don't just have to be text-based. Primary sources can be anything that are any type of document or even artwork or statues, or can be primary sources, but anything that was created at the time of the event. So if you're looking at the excuse me, the Salem witchcraft trials, you would want a document or an image or a map that was created at that time or close to that time by somebody who was living at that time. So you would want to be looking at those kinds of things too. Maps can be images, account books, diaries, letters, those kinds of things. So if you go to the GMC library, and if you're asked for a password, this is the password. It's in your right hand, the right hand sidebar over here. But you can go to databases, and for example, you can go to American history. That's a good place to start. Or if you go through just the list, you can look and find the databases that are related to history. And so, you might look at, if we were in 122, you might look at Civil Rights Digital Library, but that's not really within our scope. So we're basically looking at early America. Digital Public Library of America, Digital Library of Georgia, you might find something there. So if you go through these databases, that will help. Galileo is a good one. Georgia Department of Archives and History. It doesn't have to be a Georgia database by any means. Georgia Historic Books and Georgia History eBooks, there's another one. You can also look at the Georgia History Center, which is in Savannah. You can go to their website, and I'll post a link to that site too, because they have a lot of different primary sources that are related to Georgia. You can look at Native American documents. There's another idea. So there are a lot of different possibilities as far as what you might look for in a newspaper article, for example, ProQuest newspapers. If you go look at newspapers from the 1700s, you can go and you'll find articles that are digitized, thankfully, and a newspaper article that was written at the time of whatever event you've chosen. U.S. History in Context is another option. This is a great one. The Transatlantic Slave Trade Database, amazing. There's so much information there. Ship's manifests, for example, a ship's manifest that was a slaver, and it was bringing a load of Africans to the New World, then that manifest would be a primary source. So I hope that helps. You can also Google sites that are that can be used to locate primary sources. You can Google primary sources, but that's a good place to start. Those databases are good. I hope that helps.